So Intel has hit another pretty awful timing with their new crypto mining ASIC hardware. So like we've been saying, there's been a huge crypto crash going on for quite a bit now. And Intel has just started releasing their new graphics cards, which are not worth that much anymore because of the crypto crash, and all the miners that are selling off their old mining cards that they had. And they're also not buying more because at this point, with the crypto being worth so little, and with electricity costs going up, it's a good question if it's even profitable to mine on your GPU. Like, you might just be paying more for the actual electricity than you're actually getting from the actual mining. So, like I said, Intel hit a pretty bad time with releasing their graphics cards this year, and now they've hit another bad timing with their new ASIC hardware. So an ASIC is basically application-specific integrated circuit. So basically what that means is it's like a processor. It's a system that's really good at doing like one thing. We have general processors usually, like our normal desktop, laptop, phone chips. They're great at doing all kinds of things. Gaming, freaking typing out text, watching video. You can do whatever. These are really good at one thing. Specifically something like, for instance, Bitcoin mining or proof of work mining. So there's not a ton of use for these things outside of that specific situation. You couldn't like game on these, is what I'm saying. So unfortunately they hit a pretty bad timing because a lot of miners are, at this point they are selling their not only everything that they were mining, because you see, miners would usually be mining on their hardware, and then they would get like this much cryptocurrency at the end of the month, let's say, and they would sell like this much to cover their costs, and they would sell a little bit more to just make some straight up profit, and they would also keep a ton, assuming it's gonna keep going up, assuming it's gonna make them even more money. So now apparently, they're also selling their reserves because, at this point, they might not be covering all the costs that their mining is producing, because it's a lot. It's a ton of electricity, and you need to have a ton of cooling, because you have basically all of the electricity that you're using is turned to heat, like basically all of it. Plus, you need to pay for like a warehouse or something. So there's a lot of costs going on, but I would say at the end of the day, it's good that we get this application-specific hardware out into the wild, because crypto at some point is surely gonna rise again. The blockchain technology is pretty cool. So when it does rise again, it would be awesome if we have all of these options for crypto, so that mining on a GPU doesn't really make sense, because those things are just going to be cheaper. They're going to be able to mine more. They're going to be more energy efficient, so it makes sense. So hopefully, we get a ton of hardware like this. So when crypto does rise again and the miners do come back, and the existing miners do scale up more, they have specific hardware to buy that doesn't make sense for anybody else to own, and they don't have to take GPUs away from like gamers and like creative professionals and just generally everyone. So unfortunately Intel hit a very bad timing, but I think it's really good that we're getting this hardware out there.